Hello everyone, my name's Dave Kay and you are watching the Yorkshire Bike Mechanics YouTube channel. I hope you're all well, and it's Saturday today. I love Saturdays. Saturdays is one of my favourite days. Reason being is I work half day on a Saturday and generally I try and get out and ride in the afternoon. So last week a customer brought in this Haibike ALLMT10 Flyon 10. It's about a year old. And it initially came for me, we Invisiframed it just over a year ago, just as it were launched. So it's an ALLMT10, an X-Duro, and it is probably the most powerful e-bike on the market today, even though it's a year old. It delivers 120 Newton meters of torque from the Haibike motor. It's their own motor. It's quite unique, it's very well spec'd. It's got some nice DT Swiss forks on it. And this one's actually fitted with an Axis remote dropper post, which is brilliant to watch. So that's that. But what I thought we'd do is, oh, and it's got XX1 on it as well, Eagle, so it's quite well spec'd. Having said that, it weighs a bit. It weighs 28 kilos, which is a heavy bike. So what I thought we'd do is let's take it out for a ride. I'll grab my camera, we'll take it out for a bez, see what we think, and then we'll do a little bit of a on-ride review. Let's crack on. So this is the first time that we've ever been on a bike on, well, we've filmed it anyway, on Yorkshire Bike Mechanic. So if you're just tuning in, my name's Dave Kay and I'm normally working in workshop, but I thought we'd actually do a little bit of review on this Haibike Flyon. I'm fairly local to our workshop at the minute, we're not so far away. It's a beautiful place. You only need to go 2 minutes from home, and we're in a lovely part of West Yorkshire, really rural. So yeah, and it's a lovely Saturday afternoon. A little bit of blue sky up there. It doesn't look like rain today, so yeah, hopefully we'll have a little bit of a good ride. We're not going to go far, so here we go. Now the first thing that you notice about this particular bike, it's quite a comfortable riding position. This is a large, and it is a comfortable position. I'm only in kind of low at the minute, so we'll just turn it up in a bit, and we'll do some comparisons on power. We've got about 120 Newton meters of torque on this bike, which is a lot. It's kind of a chain snapping machine, if you like. I can imagine on full torque, if you don't get those gear changes right and catch it mid-change on full torque, you're going to snap a chain. The middle path now up to the bottom of what we call Jib Lane, which is a half tarmac lane. One of the steepest hills in Halifax, and it takes a little bit of riding. In fact, it takes a lot of riding on a normal bike, never mind an e-bike. You need to kind of turn it up quite a bit. There's loads of nettles out this time of year, just bordering on summer in June. So we're just coming up to the road now. Okay, so we're just starting to climb this road, and we're going to go across to what I call pigs. We have some weird names for trails around here, I'm sure you do too, wherever you are. Up to the high. My goodness. That is a lot of power. I'm not really putting too much effort in on my pedals, to be honest, to keep up this speed. And I've got another setting to go, extreme. Let's give it a bit of... Hill. What a load of power. Oh my goodness, so we're going across, better turn it down, go to low. Okay, so we're going across what we call the pigs, which takes us up to what they call Mount Tabor, top end of Halifax. If you're ever from this area, you'll know where I mean, and you'll know where I'm going, because you'll recognise this little trail. Some brilliant views over there. And with this being a 29, I usually find that it actually rolls a little bit better than a 27.5. Although it's got some chunky tyres on there, it does actually roll pretty well to the top. Better wait for this van to go past. They're actually Strava segments. If you've got a Garmin, you'll probably see them on your Garmin if you're ever up this way. So I'm still in mid. Sorry, I'm in low. So let me turn it up a little bit. I'm putting a little bit of effort in to get up here. I'm still in low. In fact, I'm putting quite a bit of effort in. My heart rate's around about 90, something like that. 100 maybe. Maybe a bit more. I climbed up here on a normal bike when I were a little bit younger. And to do it all in one go takes a bit of doing, but as you get older, get to need a little bit of assistance, especially when you've got a bad knee. So we're just coming to the top of the peaks. I love my e-bikes. I have a specialised Levo, it's a 2018 model, and I love it, it's ace. But I ride it like a normal bike, but just a little bit of power. I still prefer to get that workout. I don't feel as though it's cheating. It just means that because I'm a little bit older, it's just a little bit harder now around here. There's tons of hills up here. So we're coming up to the main road now. I'm going to turn left. This car's gone towards my end. Change gear a couple of bits. That's it. One thing that you must do when you've got your e-bike, if you're watching this, then you might have already have one, or you might be waiting for one. You've got to watch your gear change. If you don't watch your gear change, then your drivetrain won't last 2 minutes. You've got to be really careful with gear change. No power if you can help it. just, that's it. Right down here, which is a bit of a steeper drop, a few drop-offs. Not major, but some of them you've got to watch when it's wet. That's it. Down here. Bit rocky. I really like rocks. Some steps. Some little ones. We're down. Sorry if my camera's jumping up and down, but it's just too heavy for me. I mean, you're going to struggle to get it over turnstiles if you live near where you're going to need to go through turnstiles. You're going to struggle there. It's a very planted bike, but it would be at 28 kilos. It's got tons and tons of power. Which is alright if that's what you want out of a bike. So we kind of back down to where we started off. If you look to the left, you can see down there, that's where we started off. An amazing bit of engineering, that. Right, so we're going to have to change gear, I think. And turn power up a touch. Okay, so we're off back up this hill. But what I'm going to do, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to turn it off and just see what it's like to pedal up this hill with no battery. So here we go, let's turn it off. I'll show you down to sat-nav. Hey up, you alright? It's my camera stick. Alright. Right, so let's turn it off. Off. You can see. Off. I've gone silent. These forks are nice, to be honest. When I was going down that little path there with them little drop-offs, they're quite nice, quite plush, and rear shock were nice as well. Hell, take some pedalling this. Bearing in mind that I've got one hand off at bar, let's put my hand on bar. That's it. I'm putting a lot of effort in now. It's free spinning, there's no restriction there. You get on older bikes, e-bikes. My Specialized is a 2018, and if you turn that off, you're pedaling motor and all. Oh my goodness, this is hard. Oh, I'm having to put tons and tons of pressure on. Let's turn it up, or turn it on rather. Ooh. But there again, unless you run out of battery, why would you need to do that? You need to plan your rides carefully to make sure that you've got loads of battery. I'm at a junction now. I'd bend that. Okay, so we're back in the workshop, and I've probably given you a bit of a history lesson around Halifax rather than what the bike's like. It's quite a nice bike to ride, providing that you don't run out of battery. You run out of battery and you're absolutely goosed. It's like driving a bus without that battery. With the battery, it's quite a capable bike. It's obviously really heavy, but you don't really notice that when you've got them 29 wheels rolling. It's quite capable. There were a couple of times that I were very close to bottoming out under the motor on those drop-offs. And they're not massive drop-offs, to be honest, but I wasn't rolling particularly fast. It is quite overgrown out there at the minute, and it's hard to actually roll quite fast down there, especially when you've got a camera in your hand. So yeah, we could have done a lot further. Quite enjoyed it. It's an expensive bike, cost-wise. We haven't spoke about the cost before. I think it's probably around about seven and a bit. But the motor is super powerful. 120 newton meters of torque, which is such a powerful motor. You're just got to be careful when you change gear. You go through some chains. The display is fantastic. You've got every kind of parameter that you want to look at. You've got maps on there as well if you want it. A navigation system. It's really quite comprehensive from that point of view. The bars are very wide. I like them a little bit shorter than that. And I like the suspension. The DT Swiss forks are really nice, and the shock, they're very plush. It's a lovely looking bike as well, I think. A lot of people have said, I don't like the look of that, it's too bulky, but it's quite a nice looking bike. It's different, and I like stuff that's pretty different. There's no problem climbing any hills at all on this bike. You wouldn't struggle to climb anything at all, to be honest, on this bike. So it's far too much power for me. I don't think I'd use all that power. Maybe if you were a younger rider, you'd probably want to use that power. But yeah, all in all, it's all right. I like it. I want to make a quick comment about the brakes, the Magura brakes, MT7s. I think these are very, very stoppable, very powerful brakes. You don't need much force on your finger to actually pull it to a stop, even though it's such a heavy bike. The brakes are phenomenal. So from that point of view, it's good. It's got XX1 on. It's 12 speed, so XX1 don't do anything for me in terms of XX1. It's just as functional as a GX 12 speed to me. Obviously it looks different, but that's not important to me in XX1. It's got to be functional, and it's got to be reasonably maintainable from a cost point of view, and XX1 isn't. So yeah, the dropper post's nice. It's remote dropper. It's really, really nice. Not sure whether it's worth the value. I'm not sure how much they are now. They can't be far off 600 quid, I wouldn't have thought, for a dropper post. If you want to change the chainring, you can. You've got to put a Flyon chainring on this bike. It's a special tool as well that you've got to buy. Nothing else will fit. So on that note, I shall say goodbye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you soon. See you later. Bye.